It says I'm live. I think I'm live for my favorite moon phase with an eclipse at the Lunar New Year. Happy Chinese New Year, everybody. We are on the eve, actually, of all of this. Technically, these are all dates happening overnight into tomorrow, but I'm celebrating with you tonight. I have to be in court tomorrow. So that's part of it. But the other reason is I actually thought it would be cool to get ahead of this because this is such an important 24 hours. And I'd rather have you at the dark moon phase, which is the darkness right before the new moon, and get you all prepared and ready so that tomorrow you are off to the races, they say, because it is the year of the fire horse. So we are live. If you've been waiting for me, here I am. Welcome in. It is a cold, although partially sunny evening here in Los Angeles. We have another massive storm headed toward us here in LA. How are you? I have my black and gold for the annular eclipse that's happening tonight. It's the first of two. They always come in pairs. And so if you, as I always tell you, if you are keeping secrets, hiding things, don't is probably a good way to live. And then what I would say is it's all going to come out in the wash now anyway. It's so funny. My intuition is working overtime. I don't know about yours. I'm just seeing through stuff and past stuff. And the good news is if you're in that mode, just do it. Just see it, push it, talk about it. I'm just surfacing all kinds of shit because as I get older, I just don't have time for it. So just be in the now and be in this energy. And in case you haven't noticed, I mean, maybe you haven't noticed. This is what's happening on the planet right now. Have you seen any other examples, children, where people are trying to keep secrets and that doesn't seem to be a very easy thing to do? So, it's just a good time just to come on out. I'm a mom. It's always like, it's kind of one of those things when your kids are up to no good and you're like, so, and they kind of know and you kind of know. And then you're like, but do you know that I know? And then they're like, oh, you know? So anyway, this is a grand awakening. We've been talking about it for 1800 years and now it's here. And so I like to focus. Here's what I do in my life. I focus on me because I can only change me, and I let the universe do what it needs to do with everything else. So I look at the lovely young lady in the mirror. I start with her. So here's what I'm going to tell you. I think this is a big deal. I think the fact that we are at this new moon in Aquarius with a partial solar eclipse, which is creating a ring of fire around our sun, which represents our divine masculine, at a time when we are switching in the lunar calendar, the Chinese year, from the year of the snake to the year of the fire horse. I'm not the first person to say that I think that is significant. I was talking about it like 6 months ago when I saw this coming down the pipeline. And then some people jumped the gun. And on January 1st, they're like, are you ready for the fire horse? And it's like, no, bro, that's not how this works. So we have actually still been working with snake until this week. Now we are switching from snake to fire horse. And the energy is, and I'm going to lead you through a little guided meditation from 6 to 6:30 right here. So our first hour tonight is new moon, and we're doing that work, and we're dealing with the eclipse. And then from about 6 to 6:30, I have you, if you want to stay, for some fire horse, giddy up, charge up energy. If you have your set of tools, you can put your carnelian bracelet on right now, if you wear it on your right wrist, you're going to send that really powerful fire energy. If you wear it on your left wrist, you're going to call that in. So it's all happening, right? And there's other astrology in the month too. So what I will say is this is, if you have felt stuck, I don't think you're going to feel stuck for long. And if you have needed to move something or shift something, you have a lot of support to do that right now. You kind of have the microphone. And so what I'm doing is I'm working with this energy very intentionally to make progress in my life around certain areas where things have felt stuck. And I encourage you to do the same thing. You can blow things up with this energy. I don't know if that's what you're trying to do. Some people do that. I am older now. I'm a double fire sign with my Mars is also on fire, and like I'm a mess. So in my younger years, yeah, I used to blow things up. Now I kind of take my time and ease into things, and I'm a little more gentle, right? But you can. This certainly would be if you wanted to blow things up in your life and really transform them, you could certainly work with the energy of this week to do that. My advice to you as a almost 53-year-old person is easy as you go. I used to fire without aiming when I was young. Have you ever tried that? I don't recommend it. Yeah, can you hear him? I was going to try and show him to you. He's Paxton is afraid. Hold on, let me bring my tools down. Paxton is afraid of wind, and he's afraid of rain. So this is what Paxton looks like right now. Hold on, I have two sets of tools I'm playing with tonight because we have both of our ceremonies. So. Now he knows we're looking at him, so he's gonna not. He's gonna tell you. I know he doesn't like it. Okay, you are 57. If you learned a lot, you've learned a lot from me. Thank you for that. I'm still growing up. I really hope to be through adolescence by the end of this year. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying I'm hoping by the end of 2026 that I will at least be 14, 15, at least old enough to be left alone, home alone, responsibly. I still can't believe people leave me home alone with no supervision. Can you imagine? Okay. I'm serious. I'm trying to grow up. Okay. What are you thinking about? It's fine. Okay. Let me talk to you about the tools we're working with for tonight. I don't know what we have left or not left. Usually the tools for our ceremonies sell out. I'm burning our visionary incense, which came to you like this on our gemstone plate. This is our black agate incense holder with the elephant with the trunk up for good luck through this period. We gave you the cosmic stone. This is a Tao wand, which is about the number of sides on the stone. This is a fusion of barite with carbon and quartz. So this is about deep meditation, physical healing, and transformation of your energy field. So Robin and I thought this was perfect for the eclipse energy. Okay. On this wrist, I put my carnelian over here. So over here I have diamonds. And then on this wrist, I have sapphires. That's an old SG bracelet and diamonds. I wear diamonds because they are master healers, because they're made of carbon. You're made of carbon. And so people always have thought of diamonds as like, oh, that's wedding jewelry or whatever. Diamonds actually heal you. And when you wear them on your right hand, you send them out to other people too, and they heal other people. But that's why we also give you cosmic stone, because this has carbon in it too. So if you don't have diamonds, Tibetan quartz is really good for tonight. Any Tibetan quartz you have, and then the cosmic stone, if you have it. That way you have some carbon. Okay. The visionary candle is amazing. Okay, it really is. And this, by the way, I can show you the original art piece. Actually, I might have Rachel grab it. It's on the floor behind the lover's little tapestry there. Do you see it? Yep. It's a board. Um, so after my first ayahuasca experience, which was about 11 years ago, I this is what I saw. It was one of the coolest experiences of my life. And so I found an artist on Etsy who has since passed away, unfortunately. And I explained what I saw to the artist, and the artist burned it onto wood. Is that incredible? So that's all hand drawn and hand burned onto a piece of wood. So I thought, wouldn't that be cool to take a picture of that piece and put it on a candle for you, and also a perfume? So do you see it? I just thought that was kind of neat. So the when Circe's here, she's moderating. Thank you for being here, Circe. She can give you more information too. So the notes in this are wormwood, which is a form of artemisia that activates your third eye, takes you to different dimensional states of awareness. So I thought that's kind of cool because it kind of commemorates that first experience I had with alemi, which is a super high vibrational crown chakra essential oil. Again, connecting you to source, to divine energy, and then lily of the valley with mugwort, which opens your third eye, and styrax, which heals your open wounds. So one of the things, I'm going to say this, how many of you are new to eclipses or like haven't really done eclipse work with me before? Everybody on the TikToks and the Instagrams, here's why I don't love social media. They're going to make you think tonight is kind of scary, or like it's, I don't know. There's the buzz around eclipses is always negative. Here's what eclipses do that I think is really cool. It's kind of like the cosmic garbage disposal. It kind of clears out all the things that needed to be cleared because they were clogging your pipes. And I partly love that. It's like, go ahead and take all of that and just put it back, send it back where it needs to be. The eclipses kind of fix things in a way, they sort things out. And so if you dragged some muck into 2026 from 2025, which you know you shouldn't have, but we're human and we do, then the eclipse is going to just take it and put it back in the little dumpster over there where it needed to stay. And I don't think that's a bad thing. So if it's doing that for you, it might be hard for you, but there's other things I want to tell you about tonight too. So during an annular eclipse, the moon is further away from the earth. So you know how sometimes, especially at the end of last year, how gorgeous were those full moons that came super close to the earth? Remember how big the moon looked? Like here, you could look up over the hill and it felt like you could touch it. So the moon tonight is actually a lot further away from the earth. And that's part of why, even at her distance and with the eclipse, what we're seeing is this ring of fire, which everybody's making meaning of because it looks like the moon's on fire tonight if you can see the eclipse. And then we have the fire horrors. So there's a lot of like fire, fire, fire. Okay. Does that make sense? I'm so happy you guys are here, and thank you for celebrating this with me. So this is a timeline shift tonight. We are now, all those, when you were sobbing to me last year about like, oh, Athena, I want things to change. I'm ready for things to change. Why do I have to sit here and go through this? Can't we just hurry up? Can't we fast forward? Now we're going to fast forward, and then you're going to be like, wow, this is all happening so fast, and I don't know if I'm ready. You're totally ready. A lot of what's happening right now, again, should have happened 3 to 6 months ago, and now you're just catching up. Okay. On the world stage, here's what I'm going to say about this. I really think the key right now, and you can take from this what you want, and you can feel about it the way you do. Okay. I'm more clear now than I've ever been before. From where I sit, I can do energy work and I can heal and do my work. That's what I can do reasonably from where I sit. Okay. I can't change the past. I cannot influence global events. I can work with my own energy. I can do my own healing. and I can try as best I can to enjoy this life. Because here's the thing, this is the only one you've got. Okay. And yes, we need to hold a better vibration for our planet. And I think it's a global responsibility to do that. At the same time, you cannot get these years back. You need to do your own energy work, focus on healing, focus on creating beautiful bubbles and shields of light around yourself and your family, and really try to enjoy as much as you can of this time that we have. Okay, I am so committed to this. Your inner peace, I believe in this idea of a peace that comes from the spirit world that nothing in the human world can compare to, truly. And I think you have a right to call on that peace and ask it to surround you. I did it before I went to bed last night. Like, please, Great Spirit, God, Goddess, however you call your energy source, please come and surround me with a peace, not the peace of this world, but your peace. Shield me with it, guide my vision with it, surround my heart with it. Please bring me your peace. Amen, aho, and so it is. So can we just say that little prayer together right now? I'm just going to say it on behalf of ourselves, on behalf of the collective. I think if you chose to come here and do this life with me, which clearly you did or you wouldn't be here, I think you have the skills necessary to do the work that you are here to do. But I also truly believe that your heart and soul need peace in order to survive. Okay. So if you would like, you close your eyes. I'm just going to say the words. And at the end, you just say, aho, so it is, right on, whatever you need to say to close the prayer. Okay. So God, Goddess, source of all that is, tonight on this dark moon ahead of this beautiful annular eclipse and the Chinese Lunar New Year, I call for peace. I call for peace across our planet, peace for each individual person who will watch now and those who will watch later, peace for the collective. I call for peace, peace for all living beings on this planet, the young ones, the older ones, the wiser ones, the four-legged, the finned, and the winged ones. I ask for a peace not as the world gives, but that only you can give, God, Great Spirit, source of all consciousness. I ask that you bless us with that peace, help it to touch our hearts, our minds, our digestive systems, our central nervous systems. I ask that that peace pass through each of us to the young ones who surround us, your own children, other people's children, nieces, nephews, and the generations ahead of us. I ask that all generations behind us are blessed with rest, and that we have the strength that we need to move forward in a good way, to make progress, to hold the collective accountable, but also to help the collective move forward and to heal in a good way. Please guide us, show us, lead us, speak to us, and reveal to us in signs that we can understand what our next good step should be. I ask this on behalf of the collective. Tonight and always, may you walk in peace. Amen. Aho. So it is. Right on. A peace that passes all understanding. May it be yours tonight. I'm so happy you're here. That may have been the most important part of the experience tonight, but we're not done. So what does it mean to cross a threshold, shift into a new timeline? Eclipses always feel very ceremonial. They feel important, and I think they are. Okay, I really do think eclipses are important. And I think the timeline that we're crossing, I think each one of us is crossing an individual timeline. And then I think as a collective, we're crossing a collective timeline. What kind of timeline do you think you are crossing? How would you name the threshold in your own life that you're crossing right now? It could be, I'll try to identify it for myself. I am crossing a threshold of awareness. I'm just more aware of who I am, what I can manage, handle, create, allow, and who other people are and what their borders and edges are like. So I would call it a threshold of awareness. Paisley's calling it, and this is lovely, a threshold of presence. Yeah, I like that too. And I see it that you should, BBT Poodle said, shit show, my dad is declining. I see you. So what kind of threshold is that for you as a child? Right? Discernment, loss, surrender, detachment, enjoying healthy men. If you have a bunch of leftover healthy men, I think there's a lot of healthy people here who would love to know where to find them. You know, I'm just saying. Cheers to that. Sovereignty, love it. Self-actualization, purpose, acceptance, integrity, and intuition. Yeah. Yeah. I like all of this. Sovereignty. Life gets really interesting when you decide you're no longer fighting. Have you tried that? I really recommend it. Do you know you can only fight if you're willing to fight? As soon as you decide you're not going to fight, all fighting stops. I learned that. Yeah. Fights only exist if two people are fighting. If you're not willing, it's amazing what happens, right? Okay. Tonight, if you'll go with me, because I think this is the energy of this particular new moon, I want you to choose the part of you, set an intention, if you will, to choose the part of you that chooses freedom, that chooses peace, that chooses alignment. And part of the process is, and you can say this with me too, I commit to being right here in this moment as it is. Whoa. Again, a lot of us are fighting a lot of things. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't want this. I don't want that. Me too. I kind of go there because I'm picky. My Venus is in Virgo. So you may not like this about me, but pretty much as soon as we start talking, I'm already like, you know. So I've had to learn to get over that and just say, I'm going to be with what is right in front of me, as it is, who it is. I commit to this just as it is. And then from here, I get to choose what brings me peace, and then I get to align with that. And then I get to make my choices. Big breath there. Big inhale, hold, and then exhale. Okay. Tonight's also very ancestral. And one of the things I want to tell you about the Lunar New Year, the Lunar New Year is actually about 3,000 years old. This idea of a Chinese New Year originated in early China with what's called the lunisolar calendar. Okay. And it was the idea that everything begins in winter, begins in the depth of winter as we're emerging and coming towards spring. And that with the light comes blessings of abundance and beauty and strength. And of course, the lunar calendar promises us, because we're post Imbolc now, that the days are getting longer and the nights are getting shorter, right? So this is a threshold tonight. If you can move through this next, I would say 5 days with some grace, beyond this is a set of fun new beginnings. But you have to hold the space and we have to set the intentions, right? Together. So this is a destiny portal of a kind. Now, I want you to imagine that everything before tonight is behind you, and you're only going to bring forward past tonight things that you want to move with you. including just, you can choose to take, I always call it with chopsticks, like take little parts of things with you. Like, I don't want to take that whole relationship with me, but I want to take this feeling with me. I don't want to take that whole job with me, but I want to take this part of that work, or I want to take. So I'm hoping you're down tonight with kind of doing a little inventory of what's going on in your life at the moment, and then committing to not the whole thing, but which parts and pieces, and almost recreating a life in front of you that is highly curated. What that does, if you're willing to do this with me, is it's an invitation. So then that partner in that relationship feels the energy of you saying, what I really want from this relationship is how much fun we have when we travel, or how you daydream with me, or whatever it is. But I'm not taking these other four pieces. I don't want to take the codependence with me. I don't want to take the financial stuff with me, right? Just the bits and pieces. Yeah, you're taking the baby, but not the old bathwater. Because the eclipse asks you to do that. Let's take it apart tonight. Does that sound good to you? I hope so, because that's what we're doing. We're gonna use our intuition and connect with our higher self tonight to ask what parts of this actually are really serving me. And you might say, Athena, I'm so tired, I don't even know. To which I would say, great. Then you don't have to know, and we can ask good big questions tonight and let the higher selves organize it. If that sounds good to you. That's kind of where I'm at. And then next month, of course, we have a new moon in Pisces, and then we can daydream and do all of the other parts. Yeah. Because honestly, if you're tired, how many of you are tired? This is an exhausting time to be human. This is not, I don't know anybody really, and I know a lot of people, but I don't know anybody who's like, wow, Athena, just so jazzed about right now, just energized every single day. I really don't know anybody like that. What I know is a lot of people who are like, okay, I'm going to breathe through this. We've got this. I've got this. I don't know if I've got this. Yes, I've got this. Okay. You ready? Okay, so I'm going to light the incense, because tonight we always release to the elements, okay? So I'm going to call in the guides and guardians real quick, and then I'm going to light my incense. So if you don't have any incense with you, go get some. And that's how we're going to do our clearing work for tonight. It is one thing after another. And you know what? You weren't built for that. Like, none of us have central nervous systems that were built for breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Think about it. In ancient times, that wasn't what was happening. Energetic hygiene, spiritual operations. I have to be that voice, because otherwise, and a lot of times we get so relieved when we hear somebody say, you are not here to fix all of this. In fact, your central nervous system can barely handle hearing about it, but I need you. So I would really like it if you could focus on your energy, call your energy into present time. Wake up every day, do the best you can to bring the vibration of peace to the planet. Thank you. That's it. And I'm not even really necessarily talking about the news, although the news is a lot, but your own life is enough. And you're not even here to fix all of that. So guides and guardians of the East, new beginnings. We need this new moon. Feels like it's been a year since the last one, doesn't it? We know what you're going to do with this new moon. It's going to show us things that are harder to see. Give us a heads up, yeah. Help to guide our discernment, our wisdom, our intuition. That's what we're asking for tonight. Help us be visionaries so we don't get blindsided. Thank you for being here. Guides and guardians of the South, wisdom keepers of fire. Thank you for transformation. Thank you for both of our animal spirit allies in Chinese medicine. Snake is a guardian spirit of the South. Transformation, sheds its skin. My snake just shed this week. It was beautiful. It was really hard for him. He was really struggling. I was so proud. So he was too. I was like, look, it's beautiful. And then in the South, horse medicine is in the South. Fire's in the South. So we're transforming. It's a different kind of transformation. One goes within, the other one goes without. It's the same. So blessings on the transformation, guides and guardians of the South. Guides and guardians of the West, keepers of water. Help us to feel. Help us to heal. Bring us abundance and flow from all directions and timelines. Guides and guardians of the North, element of Earth. Thank you for slowing us down, helping us to be here now, keeping us grounded, protected. Thank you for stability, peace. Guides and guardians of the vertical gateways, the upper world, the middle world, the lower world. Thank you for connecting us to spirit, to each other, to ourselves, to the planet, to the iron core. Right, Paxton? And together we say, as above, so below, as within, so without. Paxton, how come you won't look at the camera? Kind of has his poop face on a little bit. Rainy days, you never know. Love that. You had a fire outside in Minnesota. That sounds good. Were you able to go outside? People in Minnesota, it's been negative 8,000 degrees for 6 months. So that makes me really happy. No, what's really nice is my children and my animals don't pretend. If they're not into it, they'll just be like, Paxton. Okay. Love it. Okay. So now I prepared you. It was 52 degrees today and warm. It's actually warmer in Minnesota than it was in Los Angeles today. Look at you guys. Okay. I would like for you to get an incense stick. It can be an old copal one. It can be whatever kind it is. This is the visionary incense, but you can use whatever you have. But we're going to release energy. We always release before we set our intentions. So we're going to release energy to air tonight. My most favorite way to do that is using smoke. So all you do is you light your incense stick. Wait till it's really lit. And then you can blow it out or he thinks Zoe's in there and she's not in there. It's kind of sad. So I'm like, really? You can't tell that she's not in there? He's like a hunting dog. That doesn't seem like a very good hunter, does it? Just judging. Okay, so what are you releasing? I would like you to focus on 3 things that you are releasing to the element of air. And what we're going to do is we're going to write the word of what you're releasing. I'm writing release with your incense stick. But let's work together on this assignment. Maybe you're going to inspire something that some of us haven't thought about, right? Okay, so let's go with anger. If you're angry, let's release anger. Now, at the eclipse, what we always have to realize is that when we release things, the eclipses are a little wonky. So sometimes the eclipse, you'll throw something into the portal and it'll bounce back to you in a different form. So what I'm going to advise you to do tonight is ask more generally to release anything that isn't serving you, just on the horizontal plane and on the vertical plane, right? Anything physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually that is not serving me, help me release that. Now you may say, well, what if they release something I really didn't want to release? To what I would say to you, do you really want something in your life that the spirit guides themselves would say is not serving you? Probably not. So let's let that go. And then what I want to say is, instead of releasing anger, a cleaner way to do this at the eclipse is to ask yourself, can I release any obstacles? Figure out what the opposite emotion is to anger. So for me, the opposite emotion of anger is calm, maybe calm, centeredness. So I'm going to ask to release any obstacles to centeredness, any obstacles to calm. So obstacles to calm. So I'm going to release anything in my field that would prevent me from feeling calm. Okay. So if you're releasing procrastination, you may want to release any obstacles to organization. And then just, again, with your right hand, just send all of those obstacles back to their source. Watch what the smoke does. It almost looks like light codes, doesn't it? It looks like the universe is writing its own words. So we're going to release any obstacles to peace, any obstacles to prosperity, any obstacles to progress, any obstacles to health. So anything, we're releasing any energy from your field tonight that is not in complete alignment with health. Any energy in your field tonight that is not in complete alignment with progress. Anything in your field tonight, and I'm doing this with you and for you too. Any obstacles, anything that is not in alignment to joy. Anything in your field that is not in alignment to what? I'm going to release anything in my field that is not in alignment to acceptance. And I'm going to release anything in my field that is not in alignment to connection, deep connection. And anything in my, oh, I love that, comfort. Anything in my field that is not in alignment to comfort. Now, I'm going to stop looking at you and I'm going to start looking at the smoke. And then I want you to look at the smoke too. See if you can see words. And we're working with Aquarius. This is a really beautiful form of a meditation. Watch the smoke. See if you can see shapes or words. Did you see things? Did you see love? You saw dad? Watch it again. Incredible. Sometimes you can see angels or wings. You see angels? Yeah, that's what it's so funny, Diva, that you saw that too. DNA for sure. Yeah. Sometimes I'll see the triquetra when I'm doing this with smoke, which is the Celtic. Have you ever seen that? It's like the Celtic triangle. It's 3 knots kind of interlocking. You saw 444, which is kind of similar to what I was seeing too. Isn't that beautiful? Sometimes you can see the flower of life. You can definitely see DNA. Okay, so anything else you want to release it into the smoke. And know that stuff you release at the eclipse really doesn't come back. So be ready to really let this go, whatever it is. Like, you might be really done anyway, so just let it go. Put it in the smoke, let it go. Old habits, old ways of thinking. Yeah. Isn't smoke magic? Can you imagine like really letting anything that happens, in your life? Okay, not up there. Letting anything that happens in your life move through you like that. Like where just you wouldn't hold it. It would just, right? Like it just, because we hold on to stuff, right? And we try to hold on to stuff and people and dynamics. But if we just let everything move through, just like that, and watch it through your own hand, right? Like, what if I just let that energy or that conversation or that person or that moment, it all slips through your fingers anyway. But the sooner you learn not to hold on, right? Yeah. Again, you're not going to get an award for how tightly you held on to things. There's no big prize for that. But your body will wear out. Okay, so now I want you to call energy in. So if you have your cosmic stone wand. We're going to take a little bit of our visionary because it's got all the third eye opening oils. So I always draw a infinity symbol on my arm. You put some on your stone too. This is an activation blend for sure. And again, I don't know if we have more of it, but we'll let you know if there's any of the perfume or the candle. The candle's a cool one. So what I want you to do, because again, this is going to be activating healing in your own body, but it's also going to be because there's quartz in here and barite, which connects you to a much deeper state of consciousness. So what I want you to do is hold it in your left hand, cover it in your right hand, and if possible, bring it between your palms in prayer pose over your heart. It's Anna's birthday today. Thank you for being here on your birthday. What a great day to have a birthday. By the way, it is my mom's birthday. Thank you for remembering. I'm turning 53 this year. My mom was 30 when she had me. I posted a picture of her today that I found when she was exactly my age, 52. It's crazy. So yeah, Mama Marie would have been 83 today. So happy birthday, Mama. I know. I miss her every day. And happy early birthday to the rest of you who are coming in February. My grandmother would have been 109 years old on Friday. So my Aquarian mamas, love you guys. Okay, cheers. So what are we calling in? And I'm asking you to call in whatever it is tonight over your heart space, because the reality is the heart is the center of your chakra system. It's the most powerful organ in your body for pumping blood, pumping energy through the rest of the system. So what do you want to call in today under this eclipse? And remember, eclipses can cause misinterpretation. So whatever you're calling in, try to be broad and try to accept that it may come to you in a form that you don't anticipate. Yeah, you're calling in. I love this. So creative inspiration, which I think is always on the menu, but I think especially right now, because the antidote to sadness is service. It's figuring out how to bring more of who we are and what we love and what we're here to create, how to bring more of that onto the planet. It is actually the only cure for sadness, in my experience, is just becoming more deeply connected to your creative impulses and desires. So connection, love it, confidence and purpose, peace and calm. Happy early birthday, Christina, 52. Yay! I've enjoyed 52. I hope it's a wonderful year for you. I love Shannon's calling in road openers. Yeah, something that helps to open, I always say open the aperture, right? Like make things more visible and clearer. Artwork, psychic ability, satisfaction, wellness, all these things. Inspiration through love and kindness, contentment, magic. What the world needs now, you know? Peace, bravery, balance, all of these things. Connection, yes, prosperity and health. I love it. Renee said steady turtle medicine, embracing the slow down. Remember, we are larger children. When kids are overstimulated, what do? Have you had kids or been around kids before? 555, by the way, money flows to you and to me freely from sources seen and unseen. Amen, and so it is. Yay. What do we do with kids who are overstimulated and having a temper tantrum? We take them to a quiet room and we calm them down and maybe let them have a nap or a snack, right? We ground them, like everything's okay. That was too much. Right? And then when we're overstimulated, what do? Scroll and increase the stimulation. Here, why don't you watch more videos? So we have to learn to, we have to reparent. We're overstimulated. So tonight, that's why I love having you, and I just want to kiss you for giving me this time and giving yourself this time. I just want to say thank you because it's so important. It's more important than it's ever been. What the world needs now, right? Slow down and have boundaries. You're not here to fix it all. You're not here to save everyone. You are here to attune and align and reprogram. That's what you're here for. So what do you need for that? I just want you, before I'm done with you, I just want you to call in one more intention that's just for you. Something you need to attune, align, recalibrate, and hold your boundaries. There, you got it? And now just take a moment to call that in. And you don't even have to name that. You can, like, I just had the feeling of it more than like the name of it. So I'm just asking my spirit guides, whatever that was that just came to me, please, more of that. I need that. For me, it's oxytocin. I need experiences that drive oxytocin, right? Which looks like different things for different people. But yeah, I need more oxytocin. Extra-sided dopamine, would love some serotonin. If it's not too much to ask. Yeah. Yeah, just while we're here. Deep breath in, hold, exhale. That's what the best relationships in my life do. They're oxytocin stations. It's like I go and I fill up my tank. No, but if someone can feed you oxytocin, you know it. Kids give us oxytocin. Animals give us oxytocin. It's just a little, you know? Okay. So we've released everything. We've called in everything. Yep. I love it. Dark chocolate and grandkids. That basically covered, and then everything in between, right? For me, it's snuggling. I'm a snuggler. Yeah, skin to skin snuggles. And thrift stores. Honestly, this is why you and I are friends, because we understand each other. Dark chocolate, grandkids, naked cuddles, oceans, stars, and thrift stores. And donuts. I think we understand the assignment. So watch that smoke. Anything else that needs to be released, send it. See, this is why I still believe the idea of a commune in our later days with all of these things is not a bad idea. And honestly, every year that gets weirder on Earth reminds me even more I need to get to work on my commune. You know what I mean? You can bring your people as long as your people aren't weird. Only cool kids, only nice people can come to the commune. No. Yeah. You know. That would be a fun job, to be the cashier at the thrift store on the commune. What do you do? What's funny is in the old days when I used to talk about this, people would be like, oh, that's so weird. You're so weird. And now people, because the world is so weird, this is not weird anymore. This is like, how fast can you put this together? So thinking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the vertical channels, right? Not weird. Awesome. The lower world, the middle world, the upper world, the bones and stones, ourselves and each other, the angelic realms and dimensions, thinking them and releasing them. And then thinking and releasing the guides and guardians of the north for protection, peace, patience, purpose. Guides and guardians of the west, thank you for helping us heal, release, renew, restore. Thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the south, helping us transform with grace, courage, helping us transition from snake to horse medicine in the south. And then thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the east, new beginnings, new possibilities, new purpose beyond the threshold of this new lunar year. Amen. Aho. So it is. Blessings right back at ya. Oh, I know. No, we would be very productive and very happy, and the food would be really good. So on that note, I think I'm transitioning right here on the same exact live to talking about the Lunar New Year. So I have my fire horse candle. So I'm just going to segue from one part of our work together to the other. If you need to sign off because you didn't know we were doing a Chinese New Year celebration, you totally can. Love you. Thank you for being here. If you're just joining us, you are in the right place at the right time. This is going to be a brief ceremony, but I think it's important because we have an eclipse tonight. It's an annular eclipse, what we call the Ring of Fire, because you can still see some of the sun around the moon. We're on the early edge of it. It's happening, I think, overnight. Is it not 4 a.m.?
It's like 4 a.m.
Yeah. So we had our choice of doing it tonight or tomorrow. I thought it'd be kind of cool to celebrate tonight. That way, if you want to celebrate tomorrow night, you're still well within the time frame. And it's such an important threshold, this overnight period, this new moon into this Lunar New Year, especially because of everything that's going on in the world. We have some intense astrology this month that I've been telling my students about all month, important conjunctions, but in particular, this eclipse, this transition from the year of the snake to the year of the fire horse. And if you're not familiar with the Lunar New Year, I was mentioning, it's actually an older calendar than the Roman calendar that we follow ourselves. It's about 3,000 years old, originated in early China. The early calendars were organized by the moon phases, because that's how most of our ancestors honored time, was from moon phase to moon phase. And in my practice, that's why I have the phases tattooed on my arm. It has guided my life's work for over 30 years. And so now at Sage Goddess, I lead you through the moon phases. But tonight, and this part of our work together, is really about honoring the transition in the Chinese calendar from the one guardian of last year, the snake, to the fire horse. I'm going to lead you through a brief guided meditation that I'm going to read to you. And so I want to prepare you for that. Are the tools that we're working with for tonight, if you did get the fire horse set, I gave you a flame. Get it? Fire. In golden healer quartz, which is all about your solar plexus. The transition to fire horse is a transition from the sacral chakra to the solar plexus chakra, from the seat of desire and inner transformation to the seat of power and outward transformation. So yeah, and some of you were born in the year of the fire horse. Is it Deanne? So this is your medicine. I'm an ox. It's not as sexy as a fire horse. How many of you are fire horses? 1966. I'm 73. You're a boar. You're an ox too. People hear that and they're like, yeah, it makes sense. And I'm always like, what does that mean? What does that mean? That it makes sense. So that's good. You guys know what your particular animals are. If you are, and fire dragons are powerful too, but fire horse. So I've always been really fond of horses, and I want to talk about why and what kind of horse medicine means to me. But I want to finish talking to you about your tools. We have charged perfume, which we made for the occasion. It's beautiful. It's blood orange with pink pepper and jasmine. Has a little bit of dragon's blood in it too, but it's very citrus forward. You can kind of smell that, right? And it's got the pink peppercorn as a top note too. So I'm going to just go ahead and anoint with that. You can draw the infinity symbol on your arm and then just a little bit at your third eye to bring that energy of those powerful sensual oils forward. Help to guide your visions tonight. And then a little bit at your feet to bless your steps as we take our first steps into this new year. And just a deep inhale, and then whatever's left on your hands, just kind of rub it over the flame. So the reason the flame shape is so important, I don't know if you've heard me talk about this in the last couple of weeks, but when I was at Tucson 10 years ago, I met the man who designed this. And the reason he designed the flame, he's a Brazilian carver, is he said, before this shape, all we had were towers, generators, and obelisks, which are very masculine. They're phallic. And he said, I wanted something a little more feminine. And also because the point of when you carve a stone, especially quartz, how you carve the point is how you direct the energy. And so instead of just a direct shot out, this is sort of like the Fibonacci sequence or an infinity spiral, right? The energy loops around as it winds up and it creates a more intense flow of energy. So this is raising the vibration of power. So when we're done with this tonight, I hope this is going to go. I'm going to put mine on my altar here in my crystal room or on your desk at work and wherever you need to feel strong, because this is going to be charged with the energy of this experience. I do think the set is sold out. I don't know. They had a few pieces of other bits and pieces of the kits left.
There's a couple pieces, I think, of the kit.
There's a few things. Yeah, so seriously, we'll post a link for you to whatever we have left. But if you have Golden Healer quartz in your collection, go get whatever you have. And then we'll just charge up your piece, because the stone is really critical, right? That's a solar plexus stone that reminds you that you're worthy, you're powerful, you're strong, all of those things. Okay, any questions about the tools for tonight? We also gave you the canvas, because Bruce did a beautiful job. This is our graphic designer's take on the fire horse. I'm going to frame this and hang it. My mom, whose birthday is today, always told me when I was growing up that I reminded her of a horse, because I just didn't, if you try to limit me or put me in a confined space, she's like, you just have to run free. And so I kind of was looking at it today and saying, oh my God, Mom, remember? Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, you can set up an altar for this energy for the year. If you don't feel inspired when you look at that, I don't know how to help you. This is a very inspiring night. How many of you have something, at least one thing, that you really want to make happen this year? Maybe it's been on the back burner for a year or even longer, and you're like, this is going to be the year I do it. And if you do have something like that and you're willing to share it, I would love to hear what it is for you. Like, what are you ready to just break out of the stable and run? What is that thing that you've been waiting to do? Manifesting a car, which I love. I love that. Illustrating your first children's book. That's an incredible goal. Thank you, by the way, for doing that. As an author, I really still think books are great. I know nobody has the patience to read anymore, but I'm still committed to the process. Lose weight and travel. Love it. A dance website. I love that. To grow that. Your business, a new home. Maximum decluttering. Clutter's not great. I mean, I like things, but you got to curate your clutter. Otherwise, your clutter curates you, It's hard to have peace when there's a lot of stuff around, which I totally get. Redecorating your house, traveling with your husband, having some fun. I love that. Okay, so here's what I want to do with you tonight. I want you to take this. And by the way, this bracelet came with the kit too. So first we're going to charge the bracelet. So I want you to take your bracelet, and again, you can do this with any bracelet that you have, but this is carnelian. We're transitioning with this ritual from sacral chakra snake to the fire horse with the golden healer. This is our symbolic transition. So I want you to, I'm going to go find a starting point. So I'm going to use this part right here because it's got a dark red kind of point in the stone. Do you see it? So I'll remember where I started. And we're going to go clockwise around. And what I want you to do is either focus on something you're releasing from this year of the snake or something you're moving toward with the year of the horse. So I'm going to focus first on what I'm releasing from the year of the snake. What has it taught you? So the year of the snake has taught me patience. It has taught me strength. It has taught me to slow down. Woo! It's interesting, right? When you really think about what the year of the snake taught you. What did 2025 from last year this time to now teach you? Endurance, tolerance, how to let go, appreciation and gratitude. Humility. Yeah. Saying no, how to say no, how to pay attention for sure. Okay. Now you can keep going down the road of what it taught you. Now I want you to think about what you're moving toward with the year of the fire horse. So I'm moving toward expansion and fearlessness and prioritization and peace and balance and faith. Yeah, for sure. So I had my faith word tattoo last year. Purposeful creation. I like that. I'll share that with you. Commitment. Resilience. Beauty. Harmony. Trust. I may repeat myself. I think I already said gratitude, but I really did learn a lot this year about gratitude. Comfort. Learned a lot about comfort. Self-care. Sweetness and kindness. I like that too. Magic. Revitalization. That's beautiful too, from Christina. Stability. Yeah, I learned a lot about stability. I learned a lot about forgiveness. Acceptance. Yeah, compassion, like that. Yeah, when Maya said how much more there is to learn, I think that was my humility this past year. Like, I think I thought I knew more than I did. And then I realized, oh, there's still a lot I don't know. I grew up a little bit this year, I think. Which isn't always the best thing, by the way. Sometimes it's like, well, I didn't want to learn all that, right? Yeah, taking care of your body, being kind to yourself. Yeah, how to have grace, how to receive grace, how to hold grace. Okay, you feel good? So now with the rest of the beads, because mine goes around to, actually, no, I just passed it. Okay, so I'm good. Did you do a whole go around? Just make sure you touched every bead once with intention. Okay. And just blow your breath across the beads. Roll them up in your hands. Okay, so the symbolic transition. So hold your flame or whatever your stone is for tonight. You can, by the way, you can use your compassion stone or your not compassion stone, your vortex stone. What are we calling these again? The cosmic stone. You can use that too if you don't have the flame. So hold your golden healer if you have it in your left hand. So this year we have received the medicine of snake. We have learned from snake. We've embodied snake. We've had to learn how to. I have snakes, and they're so amazing. They most of their life is spent in hiding. And after they shed, like one of our snakes just shed its skin, it's like it goes into a little bit of withdrawal because its new skin is so tender and fragile and soft and sensitive to light. And so I really, watching snake this year was a powerful lesson. If you haven't been around snakes, they're quite amazing creatures, and loving in their own way. So we have sat in the medicine of snake this year. We have learned how to coil up and move to the side and protect ourselves as we go through change, and how to fit in small, tight spaces. But the time of the snake is done. And so the transition is placing the medicine of fire and then moving to the right hand. And so instead of coiling and hiding and retreating, we now expand and we accept the invitation to run free, to embrace expansion, to allow ourselves our full stride now. And where we were playing small, we now welcome the transition to taking up more space, to running free and breaking through any and all obstacles that we perceive are holding us back. If you accept the invitation tonight, you are saying to the universe, I am ready to run. I've been planning and plotting and coiled and preserving and incubating and waiting. And now I want to run. And I don't want to run slowly. I want to run like my whole being is on fire. And this is my time. Are you ready? Are you ready? So inhale right there. Hold. And exhale. So with this next breath, I want you to inhale again, anything that you need to uncoil, unfurl that's been dormant, waiting, anticipating inside of you. Inhale all of that. And on the exhale, and I want you to release and really make a sound or it didn't happen. I want to hear it, even though I can't hear you. It's time to run. And we're going to run at this because here's the thing. How many more years, full moons, new moons do you have to really do what you want to do? That's why if you're not ready to do this tonight, I don't know when you think you're going to be more ready. This isn't a rehearsal. This is the show. We're not backstage. And I'll tell you something, if you've got some gift to bring to this world and you don't manifest it right about now, I'm disappointed, because we pretty much need all hands on deck at this point. So if you've got some secret shit you're sitting on, be really nice if you could just not anymore. I mean, for real. If I hear you quietly even going, but still, I just need 6 more months. You don't have 6 more months. Sorry. I know. It's nothing worse than disappointing your teacher. I always hated that. And I would have a teacher go, I'm disappointed, Athena. I'd be like, oh, anything but disappointment. You can tell me you're mad. You can tell me you're sad, but don't tell me you're disappointed. Be very disappointed. But I'm serious. I came here now because you said you were coming. Right? Remember, we all Pinky went, okay, you're definitely going? Because I'm not going if you're not going. And you were like, yeah, I'm going. And I'm like, okay. I'm only going because she's going. I'm only going because they're going. Yeah, because that's what happened. And now we're all here and we're like, whoa, this turned out to be a shit show. And it's like, remember that? We all kind of knew it was going to get weird for a minute. I'm just saying, I will be the voice of reason. So tonight, I've got this carnelian on my right hand because I am sending this energy to you. And whatever carnelian you've got, I want you to carry it with you for a little while. I don't care if it's a little stone heart or a tumbled stone, or you got something in carnelian. We've been friends for too long for you not to. So just carry it for the next couple of weeks. And every time you look at that carnelian or hold that carnelian, I want you to feel it. No, I'm not even talking about politics. And if people do in the feed, you can let them talk about it. But here's what I'm telling you. What I am talking about is you don't have to look at politics. This world has been very challenging to live in. I would say at least for the last 6 years. For me, since COVID. Since COVID, this world's been a little bit of a challenging place for me. And so what I realize is now is a really good time for me to bring my soul gifts and my dharma forward. Because the only way for me to find peace is to find other people who are also doing their work and connect. And so the more I talk about my work and the more I bring my soul gifts forward, the more I find my people. But for me, it's been about 6 years. For some people, it's been longer. For some people, it's only been the last year. But ever since 2020, it's been a little bit of it's been challenging. You know what I mean? But we're here. And I think it's a special mission. I really do. I think if you're here right now, I think you're really a rare, unique soul. I really do. Do you stop and think just for a moment before I let you go, because this is the energy of the fire horse, okay? I want you to think about how many souls have existed on this planet since its conception. It's a lot, right? Souls have incarnated and passed through and passed through and passed through. There's a small fraction of that number of souls on the planet right now. There's a small fraction. So those of us who said yes to this timeline are a subset. And I think it is, every generation has had unique challenges on our planet. We are not the first. We probably will not be the last. But I do think that these are a unique set of challenges that are facing us now. And I think our children, this is where it gets really interesting for me. I think our children, because of AI and technological advancements, truly, you guys, I think our children are going to operate, at least in their later years of their life, in a structure and form that we may not even recognize today. And so I'm really curious, like, how do I not just be in my life and with my challenges and my concerns and my perspective, but how do I also prepare the people in my life that I love and their extensions and their relations for a timeline that ultimately I may not even be able to anticipate or understand. And so I think, what do we need to pass on? Love, compassion, strength, leadership, boundaries, energetic and spiritual hygiene protocol, because those things are not going to change. We've been talking about the same primary spiritual energies, challenges, and protocols for the last at least 3,000 years, right? Authenticity, right? Communication, all of those things. Those are, from my perspective, no matter what happens technologically, I think those are going to still be relevant for next generations. Survival skills, energetic skills, right? Understanding not just that you have a body, but you have a soul. And what does that mean? And what does the soul need? When you feel lost, how do you get back, right? Protection, right? All of those things. And then also, probably first and foremost, and this is always of interest to me, how do you find your people, right? How do you put the energetic feelers out there so that in troubled times you can find like minds, right? So anyway, I just say you have one task tonight, which is get really clear about what you want to create right now, this year. Because now the gates are open, you have no excuses. So now it's time to run. But what are you going to run at? So I want you to run with intention, discernment, passion, and peace. I'm excited for the next generation. I really am. Like, what's possible for them is quite outstanding. It's quite outstanding. But we have to make sure that more than ever, I'm committed to telling spiritual stories and passing down mythology, and because those things still bring us peace, and they will still continue to bring that generation peace too, and all the generations that follow. Meditation, right? Quieting your mind, still going to be relevant. Okay, so one more breath together. Inhale. Everything that you're excited about for this year, send that out into the world. On the inhale, everything that you're excited about, and then on the exhale, send it out in the world. I'm excited for peace. I'm excited for abundance, for the collective. I'm excited for grounding. I'm excited for healing. I'm excited for connection. And this is why we do what we do. So I'm just going to read to you just for a minute. So go ahead and close your eyes, roll your shoulders back, and keep holding your stone, whatever stone you're working with for tonight. Again, ideally it's solar plexus stone, but it can be sacral, something that represents fire and transformation for you. So tonight we stand at the threshold between these worlds, the world of the snake and the world of the fire horse. Behind you, contraction, hiding, playing small, being afraid to let go of what's too tight around you. In front of you, fearlessness, bravery, expansion, speed. So I want you to bring your awareness first to your spine. And imagine that in this moment, you become the snake we're leaving behind this evening. And just like my snake, after the shed, there's still little pieces sometimes that we have to take a little snake oil and kind of massage them off. It's hard to let go of the little edges. So if there's anything still sticking to you from this year, like fear or old contracts, your exhaustion from carrying too much around. Something that still is tight and clinging to you. This could feel like pressure in your body, in your shoulders. I want you to take a moment and have compassion for the place where it's stuck. I want you to breathe into that place in you that's still holding. What you know has to be released. The way snakes shed that last little bit is they come close to something that feels secure. They constrict on it and then they release. And it's the tightening and the releasing that allows them to slip out of the last of their shed. And recognize that in this moment, you will feel raw. You will feel receptive. And just like our snakes, your new skin is shimmering. It's beautiful. But you're standing now between the earth and fire. Here, there's nothing to hide inside of, and there's nothing to defend you. You are pure presence. So what part of you is ready to be seen, to burn more brightly? Feel the warmth, the fire now sit not between your ovaries or testes, but your solar center. As the fire horse approaches, there's a drumbeat, a heartbeat that you recognize. It might move your hips. We're belly dancing this week in class. I can't wait. It might feel like heat in your breath, a fire rising through your spine. Fire does not have to be chaos. Fire is direction, and fire is desire made holy. Remind yourself tonight, silently, that you are life force in motion. You are courage embodied. Feel the power now in your chest and the freedom in your belly. The vision in your eyes grows clearer because you're not shedding anymore. You've become. Instinct now meets action. Depth meets expansion. Mystery meets expression. And as you place your hand over your heart, commit now to releasing what has been completed this year. Commit to igniting what wants to become and grow within you and through you. Commit to riding through life with the fire instead of against it. Feel the gratitude for the skin you've shed and the devotion to the path that's ahead. This flame now transfers from the candle to your heart, to your life, through the ring of fire that's around our moon tonight. May the year ahead be blessed for you. And me, and us, and the whole planet. All beings. May all beings be happy and free. Amen, aho, and so it is. You feel that? Mm-hmm. So the last little thing I wanted to do before I release the circle I know I've already released the circle once tonight, but I want to do a full release. It's a lot of energy. This was I love this little deck that we made. This was the Rebel Soul Oracle. I don't think we have these anymore at sagegoddess.com, but I really liked it. It was from the Sagittarius Moon. Do you remember? And they're just cool, like one-word decks. And I just had it sitting here today, and I thought, I'm going to pull just one card, a keyword for all of us for this new moon, for this transition from snake to fire horse. So what's one word to guide you, to guide me? What do we need to know, do, see, be, or create for the collective? This word's not fucking around. Confront. I do think this is a year to address things head on. You know what I mean? Snake is subtle medicine. It's kind of subtle. Horse is not subtle. At least the horses I've encountered in my life, they're not subtle. It is. I think it's time to be bold. I'm actually like halfway curious. What's the root word of confront? Does anybody have I don't have my phone, but like, what's the root word? Sometimes when a word, you know how we call it connotations. When words have so many meanings because we use them all different ways. And so confront can kind of have an edge to it. You know what I mean? But I'm wondering what the Latin is behind confront. Can anybody see what the Latin root word is? I think it's Latin. I don't think it's Greek. Intentional? Yeah, con is like con in Spanish, right? With, and then front is about facing. Frontum. Like, it means forehead. Like, I love that. Face it. I think that's the medicine, right? Face it. I like it. It's a challenge almost, right? Confrontare, face it together. I also take that to mean give him your front side, not your back side. And you can do with that what you want. It's a missionary kind of year. See all the things you learn when you come to moon ceremonies? It's very good for you. A little louder for the folks in the back. Okay, so let's release every guide, guardian, ancestor, spirit being, master teacher. Shut up for us this evening. So again, just releasing any and all remaining energies from the lower world, middle world, upper world, any and all remaining energies from the north, the west, the south, and the east. Everybody back where you came from. Amen, aho, and so it is. Well, I just think, you know what I mean? Like I do think this is a time to be strong. And I do think it's a time to, a lot of us, like there were times last year where I wanted to take more direct action, but it just didn't seem right. And it felt very snaky, like, no, go within, retreat, hold it, make sure, look around the corner, everything. Now it's like, no, just go. You know what I mean? What are you waiting for? And we'll have spring here to support us inside of 5 weeks. We're only 5 weeks away from equinox. So don't back down, be strong, but you've got this. And like I said, when life is hard and it's too much and it's overwhelming, tend your garden. As my mom used to say, happy birthday, Mom. Love you and I miss you. Tend your garden. Weed your own garden. Don't go weeding other people's gardens. Weed your garden. You've got weeds in your garden. But do the work that needs to be done. Okay, so other things to tell you. So right now, everything at sagegoddess.com, including the tools for next month, and Circe's got the link in your feed, this is our new moon in Pisces. We are giving you the most beautiful aquamarine moon for our ceremony next month. We have our little hummingbird rattle because we are going to be doing some dream weaving work, which is a new kind of meditation I'm introducing you to. So you have your mist, your moon, your rattle, and your candle for next month. These are 20% off at sagegoddess.com with code, I wrote it down,
Magic 20.
Magic 20. And then we have gemstone hearts on sale right now with code hearts, I think, for 30% off. And you can use both codes. So we have some hearts for you at sagegoddess.com if you're interested in that. My newest bath product, my newest body product, which is insane, you're going to lose your mind, sold out on Saturday after I launched it. And we just, I made a second bottle for you today. So it's the same exact formula. We put as much as we could back into stock today. So if you missed Skin Silk, Rose Skin Silk, it's at the top of sagegoddess.com. It's 20% off. Students, you can use your 25% off code. Don't share it, but you have a 25% off code at sagegoddess.com. And then my belly dance teacher of 10 years is coming to teach belly dance to my students in Living University on Wednesday, which I'm so excited about. So day after tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time. It is not too late to join us. If you've ever wanted to learn how to belly dance, this is the most easy, non-judgmental, slow, but very effective person to teach you. She is my favorite. Like I said, we've been dancing for a decade. She has taught belly dance a couple of times to my students. This is the first time she's done it, I think, since the pandemic. So you want to go to sagegoddess.com or follow Circe's link to subscribe to Living University. This is Living Embodiment on Wednesday, and it is our only belly dancing class of the year. I'm so excited too. I can't wait to dance with you. It's belly dance is, Circe was saying this today, and she's so right. Belly dance is something we do for ourselves, but it's very sensual, and it ends up being something that we like to share with our partners, or that it's really truly what it is. It's a reconnection with your own body. And there's nobody better to teach you because I've worked with a lot of folks. So anyway, cheers, enjoy. Thank you for being here tonight. And again, if there's anything on the website you're looking at, it's magic 20 at sagegoddess.com. And I think that's everything for tonight. I'll be back with Robin for more of our live gem show and sale on Thursday at 3:00 on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to this channel before you leave us tonight. And then
if you're in the insider group, Robin has a special Tuesday Treasures in the insider group.
Oh, that's right.
Looks like it's around 2:30. We'll post
tomorrow,
the morning tomorrow.
So we have a new Facebook group called Insiders, Sage Goddess Insiders, and they get like sneak peeks of things. And they're going to be getting more and more as the year goes on. But sometimes right now when we launch a new product or a candle or a stone, they get it for 24 hours before everybody else gets it. So, and then Robin does these little fun pop-up shows. So stay tuned with Robin tomorrow in the Insider group. And it's free to join. So seriously, I'll put the link up. You can go join the group and we'll let you in there too. Thanks, you guys. It was so good to see you tonight. Happy Lunar New Year. I'm so glad this time is finally here. We're going to make some progress. I'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you. Thanks, Circe.